Give me a budget of a little over $500,000 pesos and I'll tell you to pick up one of these classified ads and get yourself an unlimited call and text promo. But in 2013, the cheap subcompact hatchback segment took the market by storm and gave us, well, subpar quality, subpar pricing, and also subpar equipment. Now, moving up to the subcompact sedan segment, will have you spending a little over your budget, and some of them are just shy over the 1 million peso range. But in 2019, Kia used its power to surprise and gave us the all-new Kia Soluto. Yes, this is the new budget-friendly car in the block, but don't get it mistaken, it's not the new budget-friendly car with the budget-friendly styling. You can see how it's clean and it incorporates Kia's new design principle, the tiger nose grille. You have this chrome molding accent that works its way all the way into the halogen lamps. And down here, we have these air vents, which actually don't really do anything. They're purely aesthetic, but it adds on to the aggressive styling. Now, across the range, it's pretty basic. They all look the same. Range toppers will give you fog lamps, but since this is the 1.4 LX trim, you get these little plastic representations for what fog lamps should be. The rear is quite uninspiring. It's like they gave up and just started drawing a series of rectangles. You know, giving it a compliment would be going as far as saying it's minimalist. But don't get me wrong, it really ties in the whole design aspect of the car, which is quite unassuming. The monotony in the rear is broken up by these reflectors and these clear tail lamps. The cool thing is, you get a fog lamp. The Soluto seats are covered in cloth, and these are colored in palettes and palettes of gray. Now, space back here is ample enough for 3 abreast or 2 average size adults. Leg room, on the other hand, in my seating position, is more than ample. But if you have a taller driver and a taller passenger, you might want to reconsider your positioning. Up here on the driver's side, well, you get to adjust the seat manually. Slide it forward like this, or adjust the seat pitch like that. And the good thing is, in the higher variants, you get height adjustment. But don't worry, in this level and in this size of a vehicle, even at my height, you won't really need anything like that. So instead of getting a center console, you get this really cool armrest. And I like it because it makes me realize that Kia is actually thinking about the people who drive these things. Let's talk tech, and this is what really makes me like this car. I'm sure you've been looking at this 7-inch screen. It's actually a 7-inch touch screen with the standard AM, FM, aux, USB, and MP3. Now pair it with your phone and you get Bluetooth media streaming and hands-free phone capabilities. Plug in your phone and you get Android Auto for my case, and it also comes with Apple CarPlay for those who use iPhones. So you can sift through songs and turn the volume up and down or answer phone calls with these convenient steering wheel mounted controls. But standard for all the variants is this: a backing camera with guidelines. Upper variants will have sensors, but in this car, at this size, it would be a sin if you didn't know how to park it. Kia Soluto is simple thanks to its lighter than usual steering. Now, getting from lock to lock is very, very easy, especially in parking and getting out of tough situations if you want to get out easily. Now, driving with a steering wheel that's this light and that has no haptic feedback whatsoever kind of puts a mystery to the four wheels. Now, driving a vehicle with steering this light that really doesn't give you any haptic feedback really puts a mystery on what the front wheels are doing. And for me, makes it difficult to position the car when you need to. Now, powering the Soluto is a 1.4 liter inline-4 dual CVVT engine that produces 95 PS and 132 Newton meters of torque. You can find this across all the Solutos for 2019. But you know what that translates to? A whole lot of noise, but not really a lot of movement. If you really want to get this going, well, the Soluto really only comes alive at 4,000 RPM. Now, I had the chance to bring the Soluto through the twisties of Real Quezon, and it really teaches you how to be efficient with your power. Now, correct braking and correct gas inputs will keep the momentum going, and it's quite gratifying once you don't lose that momentum. Now, gas consumption comes in at 19 to 22 kilometers per liter if you pin it at 80 on the highway, while city driving can return 13 to 15 kilometers per liter. Now, this makes the Soluto a great daily driver and also your weekend getaway vehicle. The ride in this car is not bad at all considering its price point. Now, it's firm enough to give you a faux sporting feel at the corners where it goes relatively flat, yet at the bumps, the Kia Soluto absorbs it pretty well. It's been raining around the metro, and since we don't have the best drainage system on our motorways, well, there are spots with still water. Oddly enough, you can hear the water splash from the tires hitting the fender liner quite clearly and loudly. Now, that's nothing that could sway you from purchasing this vehicle, but for me, that's kind of a weird quirk. So how does the 2019 Soluto stack up? Well, we have to explain to you the variants. There are two realistic variants, which is the EX and the LX, and two realistic transmissions to choose from, which is a 4-speed automatic and a 5-speed manual. Now, if you like this kit right here, this is the LX automatic without the fog lamps and the other fancy toys. If you really need a backing sensor, that height adjustment in the front seat, some chrome trimming, and an immobilizer, well, you might want to go up to the EX automatic trim. But personally, this is the one I'd get. Though I'm not a huge fan of the number than numb steering, the very plain looks, and the very underwhelming performance. But remember, this is not a canyon carver. This is not supposed to be the one that shows up and everybody breaks their necks to look at. No, this is a perfect city car. It gets you from lock to lock quite easily, in and out of tough situations even faster. Now, with its stellar city performance in miles per gallon and also in the highway, this could be your city car and your weekend getaway car. Now, you may be watching this video and saying, well, you keep talking it up. Why should I get a Kia Soluto? Here's your very good reason. It is 675,000 pesos only. Now, compare it to vehicles in its class, in its price range, and the Kia Soluto leaves it in the dust with all the tech features and the creature comforts that's packed into this vehicle. If you're going to want to finance this vehicle through 5 years, don't worry, because Kia's got you solved with their 5-year, 160,000 kilometer warranty. So meaning from day one till the day that you finish paying for it, they got you covered. With the price, creature comforts, and the more than moderate looks, it really is beyond me why I don't see any more Kia Solutos on the road.